Good morning. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine. Today we're going to have a rare treat to see a piece of property surrounded by Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument right over there, just on the east side of Mount Katahdin and Traveler Mountain. We're going to about a 20-mile ride out into the woods, so if you're looking for a property that's close to the highway, this isn't the one. But if you want to be in a true wilderness setting, come check this out with us today. So we're in here on the Sherman Lumber Road now, about 12 miles, and this is the Seboyce River that we're crossing. We're probably 8 miles from the property, but this is a beautiful river, paddling, canoeing, fishing. And the other thing is this road, in parts of it anyway, become ITS 85 in the winter. There's a beautiful snowmobile trail in here. And if you like to ride, if you had a cabin in here on the river, you could ride into it from the Sherman area all winter long as we got good snow. And the scenery here is beautiful in the summer. In the winter with the leaves off, the mountain ranges really pop. So thought we'd stop, show you this on the way in. Well, we've arrived here in Township 4, Range 8, WELS, Wells, whatever you want to call it, west of the easterly line of the state. This is the East Branch of Penobscot River, and it's a gem here in the Northeast. It's about a 75-mile long river that eventually flows into the main stem of the Penobscot in the town of Medway. We're on the first lot of 2 lots in here that are being created. They're roughly 40 acres each. We're going to have to survey these prior to sale. The first lot we're going to refer to as Lot A. It's got about 1,000 feet of frontage on this river, and we're standing on it right here now. The second lot, again, is going to have about 1,500 feet of frontage on the river. We're in here about 19 miles off Route 11 where we turned in on the Sherman Lumber Road. And across the river, Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument. South of us, Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument. A little further to our north and east, Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument. So there's large tracts of timberland in here, but most of this is conservation in this area. That's over 80,000 acres in the monument. Just west of the monument over here, abutting it, is Baxter State Park. And Baxter State Park is over 200,000 acres of state park, forever protected and wild. This is truly a wilderness area. If you're looking for a very rare opportunity to be in the North Woods of Maine without hardly any neighbors at all, rare camp here and there, and hundreds of thousands of acres of forest land, this is your place. We're in here between the road and the river now on Lot A, and what you're going to see in here is just some beautiful old growth timber. We got hemlock, some big maples and birches in here. Some of the largest spruce you're going to find in Maine growing along the riverbank here. Just a beautiful area of forest. Nice place to go for a hike. We're in June. Of course, this is the height of bug season, if you're wondering what's flying around the camera. There are a few mosquitoes and black flies out today. But what a gorgeous piece of forest. Let's go back up to the road. We'll show you how you access the property. This is our road that accesses the property coming in from Sherman Lumber Road off into both lots, A and B. We're on A right now. Again, this lot is about 40 acres, about 1,000 feet of frontage on the East Branch of the Penobscot River. The soils on both lots, up on the hill, on the highland parts of things, are shown to be gravelly, sandy loams. And we've seen a lot of gravel in this area, so I think that's pretty accurate. Good quality dirt, good drainage dirt. Lot B has got actually 1,900 feet of frontage. I may have said 1,500 feet, roughly 1,900 feet. And of course, both of these lots are going to have to be surveyed. B is also about 40 acres. And we'll have maps online so you can see roughly where these are located. So call, ask us to send you that. The land here in T4 R8 is very rolling. We got 400 to 600 feet of elevation from the river up to the back of the land. It's kind of pitches in places that's quite steep. Other places are really level. So you got plenty of opportunities for finding building sites. Let's talk a little bit about the East Branch. This river flows out of Matagamon Lake, not too far to the north of us. Along the way, you're going to see things like Grand Pitch, the Hulling Machine, beautiful whitewater rapids, some of the most challenging here in the state of Maine. So if you're an expert canoeer, kayaker, you'd love to enjoy this section of river. Maybe you already have. The river does flow for 75 miles. Trout and salmon in the upper reaches. Down the lower ends, we have more smallmouth bass mixed in with this trout and salmon. But this river is by and large pretty well unspoiled. Now we're back here on the beginning of the Lot A where the two roads intersect. The roads do form the boundary back here. There'll be access over these roads to get to some potential building sites, both on the upper end and down near the water. This area again, folks, Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument, talked about it a little bit earlier, is 87,500 plus acres of conserved land. You've got frontage on the East Branch. It's all conserved in that. Some hills and mountaintops, just a beautiful area. It's open to snowmobiling here in the wintertime, and you will find ITS 85 is rolling through this region. So that's here. Baxter State Park, like I said earlier. You can canoe across the river, head down a Wasatacook stream where it comes in. This is the area where Henry David Thoreau kind of canoed this section of river back in the 1800s and kind of made this whole region famous because of it. From this location, we've got the nearest service town would be either Sherman or Patton. They're about 25 miles from here. The city of Bangor is a little over 100 miles and an hour and a half ride, roughly. Most of it's interstate once you get out of the woods. Portland's over 200 miles, and Boston is in excess of 300 miles. But most of the access getting here is up I-95. So whether you're coming from Boston, Portland, Bangor, wherever, it's pretty easy to get up to this section of Maine. Folks, thank you for taking this tour with us today on the East Branch of the Penobscot River in Township 4, Range 8. Let's wrap up this with the price in other terms. Each lot is offered at $250,000. Lot A, 1,000 feet of frontage on the river. Lot B, about 1,900 feet of frontage on the river. They both have good soils, great elevations, some older growth timber in places along the river, just gorgeous. Take advantage of it. You probably won't find another one like this for many, many years. Give me a call at 800-286-6164 and ask for Phil.